Crochet techniques. The Foundation Half Double Crochet. To download a guide with our 5 favorite tips to improve your crochet skills right now, visit newstitchaday.com/5crochet-tips. For this tutorial, you'll need the following materials: a crochet hook and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Lion's Pride Woolspun, available exclusively at Michael's Craft Stores and lionbrand.com. In the color, Oxford Gray. The Foundation Half Double Crochet is a method of beginning your work, and it has 2 advantages over doing the traditional chain and then working back over your chain stitches. The first advantage is you can build your fabric as you go. So if you're doing a project like a blanket that needs to be a specific size, but you're not quite sure what that size is, this will allow you to continue working your foundation row, and you can sort of measure as you go. Whereas if you were just doing the chain, your fabric might expand or contract even, depending on what you're doing, and so you're not going to be quite sure how that finished project's going to turn out. The second advantage is that it saves a little bit of time. You don't have to do a whole row of chain stitches and then come back and do another row. You actually create your foundation row along with your first row of stitches all at the same time. So let's show you how we do this. For step 1, we're going to make a slip knot, which I've already done, and we'll place that on our crochet hook, and then we're going to chain 3. Alright, now for step 2, we're going to yarn over and we're going to insert our hook into that first chain that we just made. For step 3, we're going to yarn over and draw through. Then for step 4, we're going to yarn over and draw through the first loop on our hook. Now for step 5, we'll yarn over again and we're going to draw through all 3 loops that are on our hook. Alright, so that's going to make our first stitch. So we're going to start again. This time we're going to start from the yarn over. So we'll yarn over and we're going to go into the bottom of the stitch that we just made. So we can see the stitches right here. We're going to insert our hook into the stitch right underneath these 2 loops of the chain. So we can see we have kind of these 2 bars of fabric here. We want to make sure we pick up both of those. Alright, now we're going to yarn over and we're going to draw through those 2 loops, or the 2 little bars, and then that's going to leave us with 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and draw through just the first loop, and then we'll yarn over and draw through all 3 loops that are on our hook. Now again, this can be a little bit tricky, so let's do this a couple more times. We're going to yarn over, we're going to insert our hook into what looks like this little V here. Okay, we can see there's sort of a V. We're going to go right in the middle of those. Okay, and again, we want to make sure that we pick up these 2 loops that are on the side right here. Then we're going to yarn over and draw through those 2 bars or loops, and then we'll yarn over and draw through the first loop, then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops that are on the hook. Alright, so I'm going to do that for you just one more time, just because this can be a pretty tricky technique. We're going to yarn over, we're going to come right into that V, that middle of that V. Remember to pick up these 2 bands, or 2 bars of the loop here. Yarn over and draw through. Yarn over and draw through the first loop, and yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. So there we go. That's how we do the Foundation Half Double Crochet. Hey, I'm Johnny Vasquez, founder of New Stitch a Day and your teacher for this tutorial. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn from us. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, we produce new content every single day, hence New Stitch a Day. You can click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single stitch. And if you click one of the links to the side here, you can see the previous stitch in our series or the next stitch in our series. And if you click this link, you'll be able to see one of my favorites. And don't forget, you can also download a PDF with the written instructions for this tutorial by clicking or using the URL link that's on the screen. Again, I want to thank you so much for learning with us, and I hope that we've helped make your knitting and crochet skills a little bit better today. Yarn on!